Yes, okay.
Alright.
Now the show starts.
Okay, so just to do a simple introduction, thanks everyone for coming on such short notice as well. Just to share with you, I think most of the people here are actually from the Malaysian Heritage and History Club. And my uncle, who was the last generation to stay in this house, and Pak Udaya. I think Pak Udaya has come down to Malacca quite a number of times, and he knows Josephine. And he's come to the heritage here, but I had the privilege of meeting him in Indonesia, and he was really the father who brought us all around Tangerang, and really I think he gave us a lot of his heart when we were there in Indonesia, and he organized a street festival for us, a Peranakan street festival, and I personally was really inspired by the whole thing. So when he came down here, he actually gave a talk in Kuala Lumpur, but then asked him whether he wouldn't mind just giving one here in Malacca on really short notice as well. And he's just sharing about the Peranakan Chinese of the Cina Benteng.
Okay, thank you, Melissa. Yeah, without further ado. Yeah, okay, thank you very much for the opportunity for me to talk a bit of my people there in Indonesia. Who, by the way, before I start talking, who has ever been to Indonesia? You've been well about
Girl, Bali, Jakarta, Sumatra.
Okay, good.
But never this wonderful place.
Okay, Tangerang. Right, we call ourselves in Peranakan Tionghoa. I think historically, I wonder whether I can talk a bit of difference between Tionghoa and China. Any ideas?
Ethnic difference?
Yeah, that's why white Tionghoa and white China. For you Malaysia, I think there's not such a problem. But for us, it is a problem. Okay, Tionghoa actually is Hokkien dialect. Okay, you know, and born actually started introduced like in Indonesia when China under Sun Yat-sen, you know, because China had been so long under feudalism. So that the San Minchugi, that was the idea to raise the right for people to have nation, the rights of people. Okay, that's why that inspired the Chinese in Indonesia. So in 1900, in 199, the Chinese in Indonesia claimed themselves Tionghoa, Zhonghua in China. Nothing special, that's as identity. Then that inspired also the local Indonesians, you know, to build, to start having the national, you know, pride. Then along the way, that Tionghoa is a Hokkien dialect. Everybody has to accept that Hokkien is one of the pioneers, okay, to sell out China. Why Hokkien? One of people from the north. We understand, like here you have Kampung Jawa. Okay, you don't have Kampung Sunda. You don't have Kampung, you know, because Japanese were sailors also along the north coast. So then logically, who could move from one island to other islands, there must be either sailors or fishermen. So that's also part of the background. And that's why, like in Singapore, the Bugis, they also have a Bugis settlement. Okay, because they were moving from one to another. They didn't even know where they were sailing. There might be 50 stranded or shipwrecked. Okay, back again to the Tionghoa. Then that's why along the history, in 1932, also the Chinese there in Indonesia wanted to have independence. I mean, towards the Dutch, not towards Indonesia. So the Partai Tionghoa Indonesia was established in 1932. With the platform was Indonesia should be a country. So that's why along with the local movie, they go together. Even the Chinese also encourage, you know, all the publications used to pre-movie rather than in London. That's a Dutch word for, you know, referring to the local. Then in our constitution also the word Tionghoa was used as a Peranakan Tionghoa, meaning Chinese who were born in Indonesia. But in 1967, Suharto, with all his military power, made a decree to use the word Cina in order to suppress the Chinese, to bully the Chinese, to downgrade the Chinese. And that's the word we were fighting for until the 12th of March this year. Bambang withdrew that word and give it back Tionghoa and Tionghoa. So not in the word, but the connotation. Okay, because they're meant to do it. Anything bad is said as a Cina. Okay, and that's why I was born, and we had to change. 1967 we had to change our names. I was on as Lin Chen Peng, call me Chin Peng. When I said Chin Peng in Malaysia, everybody yeah, I got a Chin Peng spirit. Yeah. Look, then to me, then he was right. You know, because if you live in a feudalism, you want people to be equal. Sometimes you say, if you believe in God, God is not fair. Okay? If you call it, but that's a bit extreme to certain people. Some people were just born like, I don't give, the very extreme example. Prince Henry, not your father. Born, suddenly, destiny to be a king. But some of the people born just even, not even, and that's the communism pro, because whatever is idealism is meant, when they did it in the right way, it's good. Well, of course, they can't uniform people. Okay? So good and bad. And that's why they, during the Suharto time, they hated the Chinese. Because in 1964 there was a coup towards Sukarno. Actually, Suharto was behind. But they used other way. They say that Sukarno wanted to coup Sukarno. That was ridiculous. Okay? Because he was the ruling president, and then he wanted to coup himself. Impossible. So that was what happened with Indonesian history. Was everything was turning, whatever you call, so they orchestrated everything. For 30 years, we watched TV every 30th of September. Gerakan 30 September, the coup. Okay, where all designed to impress that Sukarno was bad. And now the film was not anymore, because everybody was saying that was just orchestrated film. Okay, in other words, not truth. And that's why the history in our country been toppled upside down. Okay. And now the history book, no more history lesson at school, because people don't trust which one is correct. Okay. Anyway, back again to the Cina and Tionghoa. So then we have to change our name. I was born as Lin Chen Peng in 1967. That's why my new name confused people. Udaya Halim. Halim is a Muslim name. But that's the way we hide our surname. Lim. My wife is Wijaya. Can you guess? My wife is Wijaya. So what is the surname? We. My friend is Tanu. Tan. My friend Chandra. My grandmother Angka Wijaya. That's the way we hide. Okay? So that's how you know. Okay? Yeah. Salim. Lim. Okay? Yeah. Limando. Lim. Okay? So that's the way we like whatever. Yeah. Like Wang Samulia. One. Okay? Yeah. So that's now since everything back. Okay, so we're given back. Guslu was the first person. Guslu, aware of our president, previous president, who was slightly medically blind, but his heart, even, well, we thank him for liberating us to embrace back our culture. So anything Chinese were bad. If you travel outside the country until the year 2000, okay, in that declaration form, question number 5, do you bring with you any morphine, drugs, okay, anything, and then the other word, anything written in Chinese, any Chinese literature? Okay, so you won't allow it. So if you brought CD in Chinese, then they will confiscate. So nobody even realized that, okay? So that was during our 30 over years sovereign. But I believe in the power of culture. Culture is in the blood. Okay? You can learn language, but not culture. Because culture is ways of life and something beneath us. And culture revive. Because the wise word says, you do not inherit culture to our grandchildren. We borrow it. You agree with that? Once you cut it, okay, the grandchildren will seek. Right, and that's why now we introduce the word Jawa and Cina. And the word Cina Benteng was a very inferior word used by the Chinese against the Peranakan. Because Cina Benteng, the politik paci, tahu tak Cina? We call OCBC, orang Cina bukan Cina. Because they don't look Chinese. They've been there for years and years. Okay, like you in Tangerang, you might be a Chinese. Really? Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's why. Yeah, I will show you. Your eyes still Chinese eyes. Now, of course, you don't remember when you were born. If you got brother or sister when they were born with blue spot, that's DNA. Yeah. Wow. So actually, whoever in this region born, they got Chinese. Okay. Only 3 races in the world: Caucasian, okay, African, and Chinese. So then now you know. Okay. Right. Cina Benteng, because they got Chinese, they don't speak Chinese, they don't look Chinese, but they keep the culture. Okay, yes please. So my introduction been already 12 minutes. I hope you don't get bored. Okay, this is Tangerang, and this is Jakarta, and this is Banten. So Tangerang, 2 rivers coming from the south, from the mountains area, Bogor, river of Bogor, yes. And 2 big rivers channeling into. That's why Tangerang River is much wider than Malacca River. Okay. So in the past, those Chinese boats coming inside until now even. Of course, things change. Then from Jakarta, Tangerang is about 26k. But Tangerang was, from any history book that was throughout my research, you could only find dating back 14th, 15th century, early 15th century. Because Tangerang was once a wild west. And because why? These all were jungles. And the Benteng kingdom is very famous since 10th century. And Batavia also from Sunda Kelapa in 9th century. Then the Tangerang one was almost a lost history there until I tried to pick up. We found 1407. Oh, thank you so much. The people living in Tangerang, the Chinese living there, called Cina Benteng. I think you know Benteng is the same like the Malay word, right? Benteng means fort. The reason because there was a fort built near the Chinese quarter there, and this is the fort. So built in 1684, when the Dutch and the Benteng kingdom, they compromised and made that border, the river. The west belonged to the Benteng, and the east belonged to the Dutch. And that's why, and the peace was made in 1670, and then in 1684 they built the fort. At the same time, the Chinese built the temple. It's along the river, but all gone. Again, no more trace. Lucky my father liked photography, so he took this photo, but not the previous one, of course. Okay. This photo in 1950 something. Okay. And now also this one, no God. This is the border between Batavia, Jakarta, and Tangerang, the Benteng area. Okay. Unlike the stereotyping, there are a lot of people always say Indonesian Chinese are very rich. Okay. Especially if you are in Singapore in a taxi. Oh, of course, those who can travel, at least they got money. Okay. Yeah, but if you come to my place, there were a lot of poor Chinese there. And that's also, we've been for many years in Indonesia, we know that Chinese have a lot of show, right? shown in the animals? What you show? What you cite the animals there? Horse. And you?
Monkey.
Oh, that's why you look at it. Different kind of monkey, okay? He is a well-fed monkey. Turned to be like gorilla. I'm an anaconda. You know what I mean, anaconda? Big snake. But during Suharto time, we have 3 shells. Not 12. Okay? Yeah, become cow. Okay? And we also become goat. And rabbit. Milking cow. Skateboard. You know the meaning here? Chinese will just be squeezed, okay? Because you don't have any paper, then you have to grab. And that's why what happened with those poor Chinese, because they didn't have money even to get the citizenship paper. So they become slaves. They didn't have money even, to have the changing of name paper. So their name still in Chinese. They're darker than you. Okay? Even the eyes bigger than you. But they are Chinese. But why? Because the paper, the name is done too big, blah, 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 Because they don't have that money. Okay? And many of them are turned into Muslim. So all poor, or they live in, in shanties like that. That was 1955. This is 2009. Didn't change. Okay? This is 2009. And this all, you look at this, the culture. This one is another Gambang Promo. They use like old the two string, okay? And they still inherited all the Chinese culture. Okay, if somebody get married, they put the red cloth and the Chinese character, Chai Tea, and also the red, the writing, whatever. Even now they don't understand when they say a monkey is getting married, they don't know. So they put it. That's the power of culture. Okay, and also the culinary, combination Chinese. I respect this. They don't have our altar, but they put it on a chair. It's even, the meaning of respect. The thing is because we still inherit the Confucius teaching, the 4 pillars of love. Love your parents, love your brothers and sisters, love your friends, and love your home. Country is home. Country is where you start, and the sky is above you. Country is not China. Unless you have a Chinese passport, yes. Okay? So that's the meaning. In the past, why the Chinese in the past would always say China is the country? Yes, because their passport was Chinese. Like in Indonesia, they always say Chinese were not loyal to the country. I say, look, when was it? After the Republic, yes. Even 1960, there were double nationalities. But if before that, no Republic yet, they seem like me. Am I wrong? When I'm loyal to the Dutch, when I'm loyal to the white people, I live in Australia, I live in Perth. The honor of the island, it's a big island, it's a continent, it's Aboriginal. But the legitimate government is white. I pay tax to the white people. Am I betraying them? But my citizen, my nationality is Indonesian. So I earn money, I send to Indonesia. Am I wrong? Same like in Indonesia now, if you go to the airport, they put welcome pahlawan devisa. That's what I turn back. And okay, what they treated Chinese as betraying the country because they said you send money to China. If your citizenship is Indonesian, you send money outside, that's wrong. Okay? The same like Malaysian working in anywhere in the world. They bring home the money. That's their right? Because home is here. That's hotel. And that's also the misinterpretation of being loyal to the country or not. Okay, hold on. Throughout history, Tangerang was plantation area. Not until sugar plantation, okay, and sugar farming. Then until late 19th century, they turned into rice field, the Dutch, because sugar, late 18th century, the price of sugar in Asia dropped. The Dutch didn't want to buy more sugar because why? They grow in Brazil, in also the Suriname, okay, in other places, also Vietnam, other places. So Indonesia used to be the sugar supplier, but then so the price was very competitive, and the Dutch actually were leaving. So the Chinese were the businessmen, the local were the farmers, mixed also with the Chinese, and the Dutch were the dealers in all business, including opium. Okay. Then I can go back. Now they built water gate. It's like dam, okay, to regulate the water, to distribute the water to the rice field. So because of that, they inundated this river, and this part of the river, the incoming water here, and this is to the sea, to the north. So they inundated the bank of the river up to 6 meters high. So the difference between this water and this water becomes 6 meters high. And during the building, that's why they cut this and then this become rice field. 1970s, 80s, government built the new current airport where you landed last time. And there used to be all the poor Chinese farmers. They couldn't do anything. Okay? And the government said, nobody would complain. Now what happened? Look, 6 meters higher than that. Okay, look at that. This is from this side. You look at from that side. And because 6 meters higher, when the water overflow during the flood, so then the erosion of the side of the river up to 20 meters over. Okay, erosion. Look at the water there. Okay. Until 1960, communication, transportation from Tangerang to Jakarta, hardly by small truck, okay, but mostly by river. So this river, 6 meters higher than this. How could they pass through? Okay, then the transportation to Jakarta using the boat. This is called Kali Deras. Why Kali Deras? The water is Deras. I think Deras was a Malaysian. You see, all names have meaning. And they ended up in Jakarta, central Jakarta. All these houses gone. Yeah. This is 1930s. We call it Jalan Malacca. This is Cina Benteng, the Chinese quarter in Europe. And this is where the communication would go through. On the other side, that was the water gate, and this one, they make a trap. So then, as I told you earlier, the incoming water is 6 meters higher than the outgoing. So the first, they close the trap, and they inundated this trap equal to the incoming. So off the boat, I mean the sampan, they call it, okay, come in, lock, and slowly release the water until it is equal to the outgoing. And that, the same thing when they're coming home. That was until 1960s. That's normal anymore. Even our local authorities didn't know. This is only 1932. That's a poor Indonesian, it's a very archaic there. So even the governor was very happy when I found this one. Now, the river is such a wide and flowing and a very important river. Brought all the produce from Bogor area. You see the palace river? That Bogor. Then all produced, and on the we call it technically for racket, bamboo rough. Okay. Then ended in Chinatown, and we call this one Tangga Jamban, because they use also for toilet here. That's why we Tangga Jamban. And they landed in the Chinatown here, and sold these in the market, and the bamboo to the factories. Until 1955, Tangerang, one of the biggest exporters of the bamboo caps to to Europe. Now finished. This, I started my research in 2009. Okay, this one gone, and even the small temple. So I tried to flashback. This is from Johannes Wittelsbach. The video actually I freeze. That was this Master House. I believe they also have it. Okay? The things like these, the Chinese been used to accounting system. All the Sultan, I'm sorry to say, they didn't know how to deal with that. So everywhere, when there was a Sultanate, Chinese would be employed as accountant. Why? Abacus had been, abacus was invented 6,000 years ago. Okay? The Chinese, even like the Sultan of Banten, let Sao Bangkok, okay, as the governor. Okay? And so the Sultan would just let the business. Anybody wants to do business, the China guy. Okay? So that's why in many Sultanates, they always did like that. I don't know in Malaysia, but that's in Indonesia, even like in Medan. Okay? Chong Avi Medan with the Sultan Delhi. Okay? So that's why the Chinese, because it's not because Chinese got a better blood or Chinese have, I talk about that, I don't agree with that. I believe in God, give us the same. Only thing is because China has the most nature on earth, human being, then competitiveness. That is very competitive. Once you have that refugee spirit, you will fight strong. Okay? So that's always, I think that's very natural. Okay, so then, that's why top master, the Banten Sultan, okay, left to the Chinese, the tax. Okay? But they all, this one gone. Lucky somebody saved a tablet. There was one erected behind one of the walls. And that was written during, in Qing dynasty, Tongji was 11 years old. I mean, 1861 plus 11, 1872-73. 81 Chinese, we, so a lot, one, Lin, okay, we, Lin, Li, okay, Lu, okay, Chu, Tan, okay, yeah. So all translated into Hokkien. And they, through the Chinese temple there, okay, then they collected money, they donated money to build the infrastructure of the city. Road, landing port, and everything. 6 years ago, 7 years ago, there was a big, story. The local authority wanted to pull down all the Chinese houses living along the river. And at the same time, I started my research. I started saving the place. So I had to be involved with that, just to reveal the history. They were not Scottish. They were not Scottish. Okay? These are all the people. All they need is home. They live in shanty. Okay? Then government wanted to pull down their house. Okay, but keep back where we will live. But they were poor. Okay? Yes, well. Look at it. They don't look Chinese. Okay? You see that? They don't look Chinese. Their eyes even narrower. Yeah, because they've been living there generation by generations. If the government do not involve in ruling religions, people would just be mixed or racist. Not be asking. But that's because once the government involved in that, that's the story starting. Human being, you believe in God, okay? God is only one, right? What is the opposite of God in writing? He said Hantu. Hantu. Yeah, funny, right? Tuhan and Hantu. In Chinese character also Tian. Then what is God? One character. Okay? So funny. In English, God and Ghost. Sounds so all the same, one God. So, but look, if they were just treated as an indigenous, they were given the right to claim they've been there for centuries. They were there before even Columbus discovered America. 1407. They were there longer than, when all the white people came to Australia and came Australia home. Okay? So now, what is indigeneity? How can you claim you're indigenous if you come to the no man's land? You know who is the indigenous people living on Christmas Island? Christmas Island belongs to Australia, but the Malay and Singaporean sailors played, plus the red crabs, the local. Okay? You can't, because you believe in God, you believe that in civilization, you believe in that. Okay? Especially the Christian, they say, human beings come from two, Adam and Eve. So, if you talk about that, that's a long argument. Indonesian history we learn. The Indonesian come from Yunnan. Where is Yunnan? In China. But the thing, because somehow many people, they have that worries, over worries, to be, what is that, balance or whatever you call it. So they try to cover up history. Now, nothing you can cover. Whatever I'm talking, you can Google. Okay? That's the best teacher in the world, Mr. Google. But be careful with Miss Wiki. Miss Wiki sometimes. Yeah. But Wikipedia and Google, everybody, 100%. And that's why it's very important, to transcribe to the history. This one, can you imagine? Is it fair, the government? Just because they say you are Chinese. But there have been centuries there, generation to generation.
Okay, so the main oppression, the main factor for the oppression was, is it because of the race or the religion?
Because of the race. But religion become, also they cover up. Okay, because, look, Para Meswara came to this land 1378. Okay, he came from Majapahit, went to Palembang, crossed to Tamaset, and landed here and built a kingdom. He was a Hindu. Okay? But anybody want to claim? Sometimes it covers. The same with Indonesia. So that's the problem to be, okay? Because that's the fact. The same like in Afghanistan, the Buddhist statue. Okay? A few years ago they bombed because they didn't want to accept that Buddhism came early. Okay? And that's the beginning of the whole thing. Okay? But you can't orchestrate history. Okay? History is history. Why? Because history is not what is called Indonesian. Sejarah tidak mencari pembenaran. Sejarah menggali kebenaran. You understand that? Tidak mencari pembenaran. Not to look for correctness, but menggali, to dig up the truth, nothing but the truth. Okay? So that's very important for historians to talk. Then I started digging up from not as early as later. Why our Chinese in this region call ourselves Tangerang, not Anlang? Why? Because being in these regions in Tang Dynasty, 3 days ago I read in a paper, local paper in English, either the Sun or 5 on Tuesday, because I read on the plane. Then now the local Malaysia also try to dig up, to accept that the Chinese been in this region since I Ching. I Ching, is a Chinese monk, okay, who came to actually to Sriwijaya. Sriwijaya is in Sumatra, Palembang, okay. Then brought also language and other things, contact with the local, okay. In Tang Dynasty, okay? And that's what we call it also Tangerang. Tangerang means Tangerang, Tangerang. Tang is from 680. Okay. And we don't call ourselves Han. In Jakarta, people in Tangerang will call Jakarta not Jakarta, they call Yechen. Yechen means sudah kelapa. That means also from 7th century. So we don't talk that early. From my friend who are doing research of ceramic, we found a lot in Benteng Han Dynasty ceramic. Han Dynasty means 2 BC. Okay? So, again, if you talk about that, then now we just took as later as what even the mayor of my city wrote. Actually, he didn't write a book. He got a shadow writers. He didn't even know what he wrote. Can you imagine? Because he just asked people to write. He said that this is based on the Sudanese history. Then the first Chinese, the Cina Benteng, landed what they call it in Teluk Naga, which is means Dragon Cove, in 1407, and settled down the Ci Sadane, and they are regarded as the the ancestors of Cina Benteng. The question now, what is the logic coming from China all the way along by boat to Tangerang to look for me or somebody? So what is the logic? There must be some sort of influx. So then, trace back, tried to find, and we found the fountain, Cheng Hok time. That is Cheng Hok landed in Java, 1407. Okay. Have you seen the Cheng Hok video? Can you use your little one, okay? Yep. The laptop. So, Cheng Hok started from 1405 from China, then by the time reached Java, 1407. The first fleet, 208 boats, 200 China, with 27,800 people. And the Pouchon, the biggest boat, good.
Is it on YouTube?
Sorry?
Is the video on YouTube?
No. Okay. So I think we share all the channel story. And so I don't mean to, I think you heard. Shall I just play a bit?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's only on your
Yeah. Oh.
I can't hear. Unless you send it over.
Yeah.
Send it over.
Sure. Here next time, sorry. I can play it here, small. Okay. Do I talk too much?
No, we enjoy it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can just stop outside.
Just
Do you want some water?
Yeah.
Don't worry. I know when I'm thirsty, when I go stuck. I saw you very good. You're talented to be honest. I was impressed. You know when I was walking, I followed you. Did you see? You did not just until you stop there. Okay? That mosque. Because that's important. That is actually an added value to Malacca. Malacca should train professional guide, not a bench-up rider. You're a professional guide with a history. Okay, that's only in England. Now you have it here. Yeah.
But then like in New Zealand, the bus drivers, they are also guides.
Yeah.
They know very well what's going on. They don't need another person as a tour guide.
You prefer English or Chinese?
English is
No Chinese? No?
Anglophone.
Neither do I. Okay.
I can speak Hokkien.
Yeah. I learned Hokkien when I was a boy with my grandmother. All very well. Okay. Okay. So during Ming Dynasty, when actually though they use also in Cheng Hok Museum, because this one is actually from Benteng Society Singapore, and actually before was on Sentosa Island, then they donated to Cheng Hok Museum. Okay, because I belong to the International Cheng Hok community. Okay, so Yongle, the emperor, okay, or Chuti, then during his time he wanted to establish a relationship with the region. Okay? So there was more bilateral relationship rather than invasion. If they wanted to invade the world, this region would have been so easy. Because the population of Malaysia then was about only 10,000 or 20,000 of people. Okay? Then there was almost 30,000. 200 to 300 boats. Okay? And that, you see, they brought gifts, ceramic and silk But the boat itself, the biggest boat, 140 meters long. Okay? So that's the reason also they brought anything, any stone at all inside or floor. The Chinese maybe because they have to survive there. That is for balancing the boat. Okay? So any kind of stone they brought in as the ballast. Okay? That's the reason why all tiles or any Chinese, stone heavy. You sometimes think how stupid these Chinese guys. They brought all the way along, okay, only for making tofu. But the meaning is actually also to balance the boat. Okay, so this is not only one boat.
Eight extra big ones.
62.
62 extra
The whole
big
one.
ones.
62. And they also brought with them both of farming vegetables, they grow them because they have to feed the whole people. Okay? And that's why they brought with them anything with chai. Listen, vegetable. Anything with chai. Kuchai. Okay, your vocabulary in this word. Chai sim. Pei chai. Anything with tao. They bring tao to the land. Tauge, so they grow tauge. Okay, and then ground tauhu. They make. So that's why those sellers they don't have scan like the Western. The Western rely on dry food and canned food, but the Chinese they grow veggies. Okay, yeah. So that's also part of the history. And how do they communicate one to another? Okay, so they. Working farms. They grow vegetables. So that's why they bring all Thai similar to China again. When it is rotten already, they make it into Thai port. Or Tong Chai. Yeah. So that's the history. Also with the wind, the soil. Okay? And this so soil becomes Tao. Imagine. So nothing is wasted. Yeah.
This one, they didn't put a picture.
No, they also went to East Coast.
Yeah, this one they
But you claim Malacca one, okay, this is what is claimed, yeah, okay, but it's good for you. In Malacca. Now, the home museum now.
The picture wrong. Cannot be Timur in front of the Sultan. Sultan must be in front of the
Okay, yeah, this is documentary. So this one is made in Singapore, okay, and you are lucky, Malacca claim, okay, with the Guanchang. Yeah, but that part is approvable. But anyway, only the whole history is that Zheng during the period of two dynasties, I mean Ming dynasty, two emperor during his time, Yongle, 6 times. Okay, so from 1405 to 1433, in other words, 28 years, doing 7 voyages, and 6 times visiting Malacca, 6 times visiting Java, 7 times visiting the last one, visiting Aceh. So Aceh, then called Pasai. Okay, some of the Pasai. So then Aceh, because the last one, 1933, he wanted to go to Mecca. Okay, because being a Muslim. So Cheng Ho himself was born in Kunming. I went to Kunming in Yunnan. Okay, named that place from Kunming, so about 60 kilometers south. I went there. That was in May. Marriage to Yunnan. We couldn't find only some commemorative tomb. So wherever you find the tomb, the body was there. Because Cheng Ho died in 1433 in Calcutta on the way back. So then, being a Muslim, his body was thrown into the river, into the sea. So wherever the tomb is, that just commemorative. Okay. Then now, what Cheng Ho brought? When I joined the international conference here, 2011, the first person to argue that Cheng Ho wouldn't have been circumnavigate impossible was a professor from the university. Because then they believed in China during the Ming Dynasty that the world was like a table, flat. So impossible, then they sail down and then, but the arguments, because I like to join them, they were from different disciplines. Not all historians, some shipmakers, shipbuilders, some astronomers, some historians, some all kind of discipline. And the one even from the state who argued, bear in mind, Cheng as a Muslim, I think you know Cheng was, what is that? As a eunuch, because he was castrated when he was 13. The question again, Cheng was actually from Hui and a Muslim. We know the Muslims not in the south, Muslim is in the north. When his grandfather was, during the Yuan dynasty, his grandfather was a Mongol, general, one of the Mongol generals from the north, and then appointed to and posted in Yunnan. And because of that, okay, then he was a Muslim in Yunnan itself, okay, closer to Laos, to Vietnam. And the Muslims in Xinjiang there, the north, okay. So that's the Silk Road, and that's why and I also went to Yunnan just to prove. I said, how can Cheng Ho, came from the mountain and become, admiral to lead the fleet? How could he swim? And I was wrong, because apparently in Yunnan there is a big lake. No wonder it looks like even the sea. Okay, so that convinced that how can you lead a troop? You don't even know how to sail. But then at the end of 34, he was appointed to be the admiral to lead this troop. Okay, Khadija. Then whatever Cheng Ho brought, the technology, and what is that? The mission was not to occupy. The mission was not, for war. Even the Cheng Ho first came to Java. Second time came to Java. There was a misunderstanding with the Javanese kingdom. There was a civil war, and Cheng Ho's soldiers were attacked. So he lost quite a few people. But then he just compromised, find the king, not attack. So that was what Cheng Ho. Now, what did Cheng Ho bring as well to do? How could they communicate from one to another, big and small boat? 3 ways. Use flag. Okay, estafette. Then torch and drum. So then, because I haven't finished my talk about how could they prove that the word was loud, because they brought with them some Arab people. Being a Muslim, they brought also. And the Arab knows astrology better than the Chinese. Chinese know better about the moon, so no argument for Hari Raya. Ask the Chinese where they check it. Okay? Don't have to pick. Indonesia always pick, okay? To see the moon. You better ask the Chinese. The first moon will be correct. We call it checking. Do you have the argument here?
Just climb the coconut tree.
Oh, okay.
And then come down, bring Cody and then
that was a good story. Okay, and so that's why they brought some Arab, scientists or state. They could direct, to the sun, to the stars. Okay. Then that's also the assumption, a strong evidence that the Muslims also brought in general. In Indonesia, we have 9 Sunan Wali Songo. My friend happened to be the teacher. He is a Muslim himself. About 8 of the 9 Sunan were Chinese. Okay, so 8 out of 9. The 2 still arguable, but 6 very, very, like Sunan Bonang is Bonang. Okay, so Chinese. And that also history will cover up by Suharto. Okay, so that's another thing, because they wanted to eliminate any Chinese contribution to the country. Because they wanted to put Chinese as scapegoat and Melaka. Okay, so that attitude now is open. Then also the drum. So because there was some Muslims, so then it's time for praying. Boom, 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 boom. Because no drumming around. You're Muslim? Are you?
Technically.
Technically.
But spiritually.
It's alright. That's why it's just a question. Yeah. Because technically, what? I start to think myself, why you said technically? You're not building something, okay? Yeah, but anyway, okay. So that's also why they use drum. Okay? Not because in other traditional drum. And those evidence of Chengho actually, that's why now China even defied the Chengho because they said the Chengho mission was a win-win mission. My friend in Singapore wrote a book, a win-win solution in business. Now they make it as a management strategy. Win-win. Okay? If not war strategy like Sun Tzu, we go war strategy, one win, one lose. Okay? So this is a win-win strategy they call it. Okay. Now continue. Okay, that's a bit of Chengho. More of the Chengho mission. You never come in.
No, I haven't yet.
I noticed there's an attitude of this guy towards
The Chengho Museum here.
But at least they share something.
But how accurate is
You do
it?
not know the history.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Dr. Tan had been so ambitious to reveal, but probably a bit. But some he made good presentation about this Muslim because okay, he got money. He paid a lot of people for his research. Okay, and he got all information. But claiming that Guangzhou is a big question. But the rest are okay.
Because there's also this theory, or maybe I was going to ask after, but the theory of that Chengho and then Angliko and then the origins of the Peranakan coming from there.
Okay. That okay. I will talk a bit later about that. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, you can have this. So that they got very good. Like all the mosques. Okay, in Java. Oh, spend a lot of money for that. I haven't to know Dr. Tan myself for a while. When I came here, we sponsored 4 professors, 5 professors, and actually one of them was Dr. Tan's teacher. Because Dr. Tan got his doctorandus, okay, first degree in Indonesia.
Yeah, you dropped the S.
So he took a further study.
I know.
Okay. Anyway, so Chengho came to Java first time, landed in Majapahit. What are the evidence there? Because then Majapahit also used one pen called the Chinese coin. They imported from China. Even in Bali, in the traditional wedding in Bali, they don't use that Tang dynasty. Can you imagine Tang dynasty? Oh, sorry. Also, Ming dynasty. Tang is too old. Ming dynasty, okay, so up to 1366. Coin, the merit figure as not that simple. So they have to find the original one. And then Cheki cut also, Cheki also played as a traditional cut there. So Bali has a lot of Chinese influence also. Okay, now, come from Majapahit along the north coast. So, are you aware of Sumatra Island? Yeah. It's just in the archipelago. Sumatra actually is the center of the archipelago. Okay. Then China and Java been dealing business long ago, and that's why a lot of things actually related to Java, and that's the fact that everybody has to accept when we talk about the central. Then with 200 to 300 boats, big and small, they didn't have the same speed, did they? Some stranded, some wrecked, some even, went somewhere else. So all along the north coast of Java, a lot of treasure there. Until now, they're still digging a lot. Then some even went up north, again from east of Java to Maluku, of course, even Irian, okay. Then also to Philippines. So the contact there's so much, even in Borneo. Okay, they went as deep as There were Dayak people, the DNA also got Chinese blood. And that's why the Red Indian also in America, they also got Chinese blood. I don't know, these Chinese in America, even the monkeys got Chinese blood. Okay, so, alright, this is Tangerang, this is the river, and this is Coast of Batavia. This is the Coast of Batavia, this is the Tangerang River, so this is the Coast of Tangerang, and this is the Coast of Benteng. In Benteng, until 17th century, Benteng was the central of ceramics. Okay, so from China, they sold here, and the Dutch sold to Europe. So this is the hub of ceramic until 1644, when Qing dynasty took over China. Ming collapsed and then Qing took over. Then replaced by the Japanese ceramic. I got also evidence from the Japanese research. Then until almost late 17th century, then resumed again. So these particular you will find you walk along the sea there with all debris of Chinese ceramics. So much. Okay. Now, this is 1724 map. All the technology brought by the Chinese, farming, so even mining. So, then this one is Dulang. Now, especially the mining. Anybody of Chinese origin, of Hakka origin? You. I might be wrong, but from what I read and from what I learned, Hakka people in this particular area no more than 4 generations, not 3. You may be 4 generations. How many generations are you?
5th.
5th. Okay, then you, because you're much younger. Okay. So why? Okay, there's a bit of history also. There's also my theory. Why the Hakka? Okay, Hakka come later. We know that throughout history in China, Hakka people moved from the north to the south, and because they felt threatened, they felt threatened, so they lived in enclosure. That's why the towers, that's a young people, okay, too low. Okay, and the man were not also there in China to work. That's also the theory I also did my research. The Hokkien people, when Hokkien people were left home to women, the parents wouldn't let the women marry the Hokkien men. Because for the Hokkien thought that the men were lazy. They were just looking after the baby. Not because they were lazy, because they had to protect. So that's the reason. Now, I didn't understand why my grandmother was so strong, opposed my auntie married a Hakka. Then after I learned the history, then I realized. And that's the reason also why the Hakka came later. Okay? You know why? When? Doing the mine booming. I went to Gopeng. Okay? From before I went to Gopeng. And Gopeng is a Hakka. In 19th century. All the mine. Because they were abandoned in China, so the work, a lot of men there in China, and a few Hakka, because they live in Hokkien area. Yeah, they might also be married, mixed married, blah, 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 and they follow one or two. But those successful Hakka, no. Now I got a concession from the Sultan, again, to even like in Malaysia or in Sumatra, the same plantation, rubber plantation. Mining, okay, and opium. The third one that makes a lot of people rich, but nobody wants to talk. Because then opium was legal. Who were the dealer? The Dutch. The Dutch sold to Europe. That's why the British knew very well how to conquer China. Not with gun, not with bombs. Send back the opium. That's the opium war. Okay? And that's the way, okay, that history. So, everywhere in Borneo, in Sumatra, in Bangka, Belitung, Ahok, for example, the governor of Jakarta now is a Hakka. So all the great-grandparents were managed. I also went managed as far as Balara in Victoria there, near Melbourne, 2 hours from Melbourne. We found also a Hakka Malacca settlement there. Western Australia, 1883, also where they were given the name coolie. That's coolie is a Chinese word. Okay. The cheapest, so 40,000, coolie from they went out from Canton, okay, Guangzhou now. Okay, they went out and they would also where mining plantation, but not in business. So that was the history related also the culture in China. Okay. So this sort of stuff abundant in our region. Even the farming like this, dry farming is Chinese technology. Even the subak in Bali is Chinese technology, irrigation. Yeah, I found this one in Tangerang. I still keep in my storeroom. I haven't restored. We got here, so but they asked for a lot of money here. This is for cleaning the what is it?
Decorating.
Yeah, this farming system also from China. This is also fishing technology from China. This one we found along the river in Tangerang. This is sugar mill. Two of them. Yeah, you also have here. I saw a lot also in Penang. Can you imagine how stupid the Chinese were? Plus they brought this heavy. Now you see the sugar cane they use a small machine. Last time two with a buffalo to turn around. But they meant also to use this one because then mechanically, very also to balance the boat. Okay? It's not only for machine like that, but also to balance the boat. Yeah, this is along the river where I live. Still found. I still found 6 of them. But they were almost 800 kilograms, 800 kg worth. Okay. To bring one enough, yeah. So I got 2 in one museum. Yeah, got it. And these ketchup, we have the soy sauce here. Now it's very unique. Why I said Malacca and Tangerang also has similarity. We call gula Malacca, we call gula Jawa. Okay. You have dodol, and our dodol is exactly the same as the dodol. Our chendol also is the same as the chendol. But our durian is not as good as your durian. Because you hybrid and you develop durian. Indonesian, because the Chinese were not involved in anymore, they were banned. We suffered through history, banned from farming. Okay, and then only then direct into one profession, business. In business, only 2 ways: win or lose, no draw. Okay. And that's why if you're pressed, you're squeezed, as long as you still have the rest, you break. That's the problem, mentality. Yeah, then you also win yourself. But this ketchup, is that right? For ketchup, it's the ikan, the Hokkien word. And now American also borrow tomato ketchup. Okay. That's from Hokkien word ketchup. Okay. And the Chinese also contributed a lot into vocabulary. Mention anything with bak. Bakmi, bakso, what else? Bacang, bakwan, bakau. Supposed to be with pork. Bakso ikan, bakso udang. Anything with, yeah, that's what I mean. Also like meat, okay? Bihun, beef in rice, right? Okay. And also equipment, chawan, okay? Then you say loteng, you say pecha. Pecha is Hokkien word, bay is horse, cha is car, okay? You're right. This one is right. Indonesia, they don't say tarik beca, dorong beca. It is tarik beca because it's in front. But Indonesia, the beca man is at the back. So you're not tarik beca, it's dorong beca. Yeah, but you're sidewise, yeah? Yeah, you're still tarik. Yeah, so this one is ketchup, built 1882. Still in my town there. Now, why I use dragon as a symbol of the region? Dragon being also part of the Chinese culture. In Tangerang, Arab Pekong, the temple procession, every dragon year. So 1 in 12 years. The latest one, 2012. So in 10 years time you can come to the procession. And the dragon boat also on the river. 1967 was the last one, and after that banned by Suharto. So until used to release again. So then we started resuming in 2000 and 2001. Now every year we celebrate again. The temple, again, this is 52. This is the miniature of Chikung. This is and the dragon, man, my father was there. This dragon was burned in 1965. Anything Chinese will burn except Chinese food. So how to like Chinese food. So he ordered for my friend's restaurant. Okay. Yeah, so that one, now we divide. That's why I brought the Chinese, the dragon here. Did you see last year, 2 years ago on Jonker? Then our student from Indonesia, the Naga Nusantara, God Cinta dragon. We perform in Malacca also, to Gandum office. That was 2012, 2013. Okay, come please. This is what the city like. This one all done. So, does it look like Malacca?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, but that's why I missed this. I was born in this state. Yeah, born. Look at all the technology. This is the acculturation. Can you tell they are made in local or they are made by Chinese? You can't tell. Okay, that's technology. This is what you call Wesaku Angkula. Okay, why you get Angku? Who is Kue? That Hokkien word also. Ang is red. Okay, yeah, Kue is Hokkien. Hua is the Hokkien word. Huali is Hokkien word. Okay, yeah, Anglo is Hokkien word. Xiangxi is Hokkien word. Kexi is Hokkien word. So a lot of contribution of Chinese words. Okay, even Pisau. Pisau is Hokkien word. Is that right? Pisau. Yeah, Pisau. P and so. Yeah, that's even sabun, even sekat menyekat, seka, say cuci, ka is kaki actually. So now sekat become yeah. So that's a contribution in words. And also cake. This one we call macho, ma. What do you call? What do you call it? Sesame seeds. Sesame seed. Oh, we call Hokkien words macho. Mochi is different one. Mochi is the white one.
This one what you call?
Hot kueh is it?
Mangkok kueh.
Kueh mangkok.
Yeah, actually wrong already. This is the ao kueh. Mangkok must be big one. Mangkok also kueh mangkok.
This one is hot kueh.
Hot kueh.
Hot kueh.
Yeah, hot kueh. But we call it kueh mangkok. But look at that. A lot of sugar, brown sugar used. This one you don't have lah. This one. We call quite chorora. 3 ways of eating. You open that one, by the time you open that folder. Did you try? When they came to our place, we prepared 111 kind of food. Yeah. And all the ladies were sort of, Udaya, I say, yes, I say 111. So I say we are 60. So everybody I just ask you to eat 2 kinds of food. Now we married again. Yeah. Look at the acculturation. This one, what do you call it? What lapis?
Oh, we got the same lapis.
Yeah. Well, you bought from the Holland bakery. So this time I couldn't bring a well, I asked the southern one. That was my sister, my wife's sister made. They got it from you. Easier. Okay. This one. Well, please, but Indonesian, you don't like the word. We call kue pepe. We call kue pepe. Okay? So you go there, nobody will laugh. Yeah? Okay, so. But the Sumatra, the Medan people are all the same. And the dog doesn't need to go, they say kue lapis. And the dog kue lapis is not like that. Layer cake, our layer cake is very well. Okay, now back to the Chinese costume for wedding. So look, this is because we were detached from China, anything Chinese. Okay, so then we didn't develop. So our clothing was even deteriorated. Okay, we don't have enough material. So then this lady, she's 80-something years old. So apparently the buttons are more expensive than the material. So once it's torn, then she would just take off all the button and then resew again to the new material. Okay. Not even silk, we use satin, interlining. Because, yeah, those Chinese stuff were, okay, now everything is abundant. Okay, this is a Bokwan. This is my third daughter now, she's in Newcastle. Really, this cousin. Okay, this tradition until now still. Look, the same, what's my film star? Which one?
Ken?
Ken. Because he was wearing this. Well, look at him, very, very nice. Because you're still close to Chinese culture. You're still expert available. You're not there. Ken?
Yes.
You're not wearing like this. Like, this is very lousy. But yours last time was so...
It's not my Cedric's. I just wear it.
Oh, Cedric's belong to Cedric?
Yeah.
Okay. I will borrow from Cedric. Yeah, but look at also the hair. We use the lowest level.
This is chain.
Now, no. When I try to press back, the clothing is chain, but the custom is hand. Why chain couldn't entirely change the culture? The Manchu is a handful of people. They couldn't influence the Han, okay, the majority, but they could only force the clothing and the pigtail, okay, the symbol of that. And that's why the reason also those Chinese who went overseas, okay, and that was the beginning of what they call it the secret society, our talk about secret society, because 1644. When Manchu annexed China, okay, those who didn't like to be occupied, particularly Hokkien was the last one to be conquered, and they went out. And the second one, I think in the mid-17th century, when the Shaolin monks were requested to help the emperor to fight the yellow, what we call the yellow children, okay, and then they won the war, but they were slandered by the inner side, because that's again the bad thing of Chinese history. Okay, always slander one to another, fitna. Okay, and then they attacked these Chinese Shaolin temple. I think that was 1670 something. Okay, they attacked the China, and 15 monks went up to Hunan Lupe, but then 5 only left. Okay, survived. And those 5 people then mixed with the Nanyang Chinese and set up, they call it secret society. Then, how could they, the secret society with the target was copper chain raising. My last research, I found one, this one, we got one secret society here, anything with Tong. I don't know, you might know, but I think that is a secret society.
Yeah.
Correct.
But not so much here.
But that was the latest one. That was the 20th century one. That was a different one. That secret society from loyalists to China, then to real secret society for business. Okay? And they were all, opium dealers. And there was war also among the clan, among those people, okay. But that's always, okay, and that's what I found. One in Johor Bahru also. Okay. And mostly they represent also certain race. This one is Hakka, is it?
Mostly Hakka and
the latest one, that's why the Hakka latest one also involved a lot in that. But not the earliest Hokkien. Because the earliest Hokkien blended already down to earth, okay, and they were observed. And they become the lowest level. They become, unless certain successful, but because the majority of the Hokkien. Okay? So the latest Hakka, because they were, we call it, they didn't have any risk to win. So they did anything.
yeah.
Okay? And that's part of the history also. Then I found one in Johor Bahru. Okay? Johor Bahru. Now look, how could they, how could we distinguish them? Very simple. Chinese, okay, go on. Later, I'll go out of business. Is it okay?
Yeah.
So suddenly I thought, just what is in my mind. Okay, go on. This is the wedding. Okay, this is the true wedding. One of my managers wants to get married. I said, alright, I sponsor you. Get married in a complete clothing. So I invited a few friends, from different from different disciplines in the university, because I wanted to research also. So look at this one, quite similar to yours here. I saw the hairdress was a bit different. More Penang. Sure?
Yes.
Okay. Yours you got a rounded hat. This one, if you look at now in Jakarta, Betawi, you look at the Padang, all Sumatra they imitate Chinese.
This
Called Kembang Goyang.
Chinese.
Yeah, Kembang Goyang.
Yeah.
And this one is what is it call it? The Asian.
And the cover in front is only Malacca one is for.
But this one afterwards you also close. Okay, good. Afterwards, this one we call it the 12 mangkok, the reasonable 12 months. Can you do this one as well? This is the last meal, the last supper. Free supper from parent afterwards. This, in the past, this was very sad. This is a set of a goodbye moment. And when the parents said, "This is your last meal for me. And tomorrow, you lose makan nasi melek." They call nasi melek, like open your eyes. Then you have to work for it. But now they make it funny. Because the two boys disturb. This one, afterward then, this one they cover this. So afterward then the room is open. Yeah. Now look at the way they do this one. Anybody notice this? The difference? You do this or you do this? Traditionally you have to do this. Because of the Buddhism influence. So, and this is like Confucius. Actually, whatever it is Confucius teaching. But in Indonesia particularly, Confucius must be as a religion. And that's why in the school they are this, they do like this. Anyway, whatever. That's not like this.
It sounds like also like Sangkai. I think Penang doesn't know.
They do.
Okay, they do some kind.
Oh.
Yeah, because some kind is only Pai Tikong.
Yeah. The Penang.
Penang also.
Yeah,
And always also with the tofu, the sugar cane.
Yes.
I saw you sugar cane. I think Chakwe Amma. Yeah, I saw 12 midnight here. Oh, yeah, no, we don't have that. Even though Canada we don't have. So we are way detached from the origin. So that's all whatever left. We just survive. Look, like you guys, you also wear this one, right? That's the status. Because the four-legged animals is civilian, nine animals to show the rank, and two-legged animals for, four-legged animals for the military, and then two-legged animals for civilian. We don't have that one. We just have one black, final one. Short, Xiao Chu. Okay, that was about the Cina Benteng of the Chinese of Tangerang. Any question?
Yes.
I'll not be talking too much. Now it's time for me to drink.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to talk about my music later.
So, is there in Indonesia currently there's like a blue-grass status?
Sorry? What?
Do you have like in Indonesia, the Malaysian have blue-grass status and the Malacca? Is it something similar?
Yeah, that segregation also happened in Indonesia. They call it pribumi. No,
Pribumi.
Yeah. Pribumi and keturunan. Keturunan. And we are turun.
Do you have any pictures of your own house? The one that was put down. The one also in
One house. I have a photo, but there is one photo after it was put down. No, my father didn't have any money. He couldn't afford to buy. That's why I bought the house. I dedicated to fusion. Just to pay back what I didn't have. And then
Is this your sister-in-law?
No, that one is from me. But quite different for okay, but yeah. No, it's best you introduce one first. Then I'll pay my quality later. Next time when I come, I promise you to bring. You still want to listen to my story? The way of eating like that is wrong. Layer by layer. You have to slide because it's very rich. You know, because the yolk For that one 20 yaw. So no white egg. Okay. And that's why it's very moist. But layer by layer. This one is a bit, this is factory made, but quite good quality. You know, when I get to my Australian friend, big chunk, and then oh no, that's not the way you eat kueh lapis. So lose the taste because kueh lapis to me those yeah.
Because the spice.
That's why.
Really good.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
okay, actually, okay, this one is combination with some fruit.
Yeah,
You see a very thin layer.
Yeah.
So that layer, okay,
Yeah, this is
and then 1 minute after another layer.
the big,
and
then take out another layer, make it big. That's why it's blue or yeah.
So the heat not from the bottom,
Be very nice.
the heat is from the top. If you from the bottom will be burned. Oh, and that's why another layer on top that the heat again. So that's the way they make it again. All right. Then you were asking about the status of Bumi, and then yeah, there is. But the good thing now, our constitution changed.
Amended, is it?
Amendment of our constitution. Because they changed and now they revived the old one. In our constitution was saying the president or whoever is a citizen has the right to be president. Before there was I was Asli. Then the question, what is Asli? What is indigenous? You can't argue. I'm sorry to say, your Mahati is a third generation from India.
Yeah.
Father also got Chinese blood. Okay? So then how can you argue being indigenous?
Religion plays.
That's now because they use the religion. That is actually okay. And once you talk about religion, in this home when you talk about religion, we cannot be friends. Because that is dogmatic. You can't argue with them. Okay? They have to swallow whatever they teach you. And that's you can't compromise. But you talk about culture, it's like eating food. Okay? Alright, you channel, you like a bit mild, I like a bit sour, a bit sweet. Easy lah, put more sugar. Finish, no problem. Your food, orang Jawa suka manis, orang Muslim mungkin suka pedas. That's simple, finish. But you can't say, okay, your religion plus my religion can be a better religion. That's the problem. I talk like this, it's a bit, sensitive. But last month, in August, we talked. I got this video. That's my beautiful. I'm not anti-religion, okay? But I respect that. But that's to me, it's personal. Okay, this is my talk. This is when I was, diversity, unity. This is in Bali, August, United Nations conference about peace. Unity and diversity, that was the topic, okay? So this one. This is in Bali, okay, United Nations conference. This was me with Mr. Ban Ki-moon. Okay. So I'm not boasting this one, but I talked the same thing. Okay. So we were talking about business for peace. Okay. This is me and then Mr. Ban Ki-moon, and I was one of the presenters. Even I met the commitment with Ban Ki-moon, visit me to sign the petition. Okay. And then later, so this is my name, Udaya. Okay. Then later, Mr. Ban Ki-moon got the sign. Okay. That in countries where they give freedom to religions, the proof that's conflict. In any countries that rule religion, because religion is too personal. Okay. And that's why I'm not saying free religion means okay. Like I live in Australia, there's no conflict of religion. Because even Julia Gillard is a non-believer. The previous prime minister, nobody talk about. Yeah, this is always the problem in our region. Okay, because as if you stem of religion, it's about empathy. But look at how many millions of pocket people Okay? Because to me, I pick up the good word of Dalai Lama. My religion is very simple. My religion is kindness. I believe in God. I said that I'm a Catholic, but I got Papa blessing 2006, sent for husband, and then not to be Catholic, because he knows what I'm doing in humanism. If somebody proposed me, okay, I wish I could get also one from the Muslims, but I don't mean that's to be proud. I just want to show that in life, okay, when you live on humanism, you must be divine. A lot of people say, I have religion, but what we have is not religion. It's killing. Any religion teach you to kill? Any religion teach you to hurt people? No. But why people kill each other? And they're even worse in the name of religion. Why people hate each other to carry the name of religion? Okay. That's the problem, the biggest problem in humanism. Nothing wrong with the religion. Such a very good thing, and such an honorable belief, but in poison because of that attitude. Yeah, so that's what and so I say the walls here have ears or not?
No.
Yeah, but I've got to talk this one because this I talk in the world, okay? Because my friend even doing the research, okay? Yeah, so that, I'm sorry, so like this is my time to talk. The way I talk is the same, okay? So then, this is in the International United Nations about how to bring peace to the world. Okay, separate religion and culture. Culture, as I said, we do not inherit culture to our ancestors, to our grandchildren. We borrow it. The same like we do not inherit nature. We borrow it. When we damage nature, our grandchildren follow us. And the same thing with culture, because culture is ways of life. Culture is a collective behaviors. Culture is in everybody's heart, in everybody's ways of life. And you compromise with culture. Culture is borderless. It's like air and water, no border. Okay? Thank you very much. I'm like a Prius. Okay, but I believe in the power of humanism. Okay? Because you look at people as human, you respect people more. Okay? Rather than you look at people as different from me. I don't even look at the people be different from me. I don't look at the black people different from me. To me, human beings people the same. So that's why my reason I built a museum. I've been talking also in front of the government people. My mission is one. If you believe in God, whatever your religion, God created us the same. That's why I give back the religion to you. Then if you make it different, you're not religious. Am I right? Okay. If you believe then, you believe in God, then why you make differences? God create human being equal. Go up the mountain, the rich and the poor are the same. You can't buy baso, you can't buy noodles there on the mountain, nobody sells. Yeah. But with friendship, you can grab the world. With humanism, that's why I believe in the power of smile. I believe in the power of, personal. One smile makes two. The moment you met me, I saw you. We got to do the way because you enjoy it. When you live with patient there, and you enjoy it, then you're happy with it. I saw one lady doing first time. Sits there. Always smile and smile. Just talk like a machine. Because the first time until now. Smile. It means that she's just doing a routine.
We keep reminding her.
First time, I teach them. No, because I'm a teacher, I know character, okay, and that's why I teach people. Okay, sorry sir, your question please. I hope you're not bored with my...
I just want to speak about
Oh, you're waiting for that, that's why. So, how many pieces of cake have you tried? I tell you what, I give you none.
when you love, you won't come.
Thank you. But you got a curiosity with you got any mixed blood?
He's French.
I don't know.
He's Arab.
No, it's speaking about literature I read about. So there is no race. You mentioned 3 races. The genetic proves just the opposite.
That's it. If you want to go further, then you believe. But that's what I mean. Okay, but we are classified with a thing, Caucasian. Okay, that's also arguable. You believe in God, then you say that you believe in it too. I don't believe. So we do incest. We do incest. You can argue. You're like animals too. And that's why you see, when you talk about religion, you can argue. Okay, and that's why. But which theory you believe, Darwin theory or which theory? But I knew it blocks a blue spot Chinese because when I lived in Australia, my mom was born there. Immediately, he is Australian. I don't have to ask you Chinese. Then I read, oh yes, true. So that's it. You got a blue spot? Green, yellow. Okay, yeah. Anyway, this was the house of the museum currently when I first purchased. Believe me or not, I had a dream. Okay, I migrated to Australia from 1995 because I didn't like the way you could have a lot of money but no freedom in Indonesia. And I was a teacher. To me, and I look at people equal, but in my own home, birthplace, then the treaties. So, but then rather than fighting with people there, because can you imagine? 10 over million Chinese could just be a victim because one Chinese, fight with a privilege. There were a lot of, a riot just ignited by unnecessary incident. A Chinese woman might be, torturing, a local maid, then expose and become hatred toward the Chinese. So if you are unlucky, you are wrong, you are at the wrong time, in the wrong place, you become a victim. And can you imagine your life is like that? That happened. I worked when I was 15. When I was 15, I worked in Jakarta. I started my career from Kulit. Okay, I dropped out. I couldn't study. I was not because my other brothers to go to school. I had to study by myself because then I had to work. And I saw a lot of that the Chinese word I learned. When they yell, "Survey," then I had to rush quickly close the shop. What is survey? The demonstration.
Yeah.
When we heard the word survey, everybody was grab all the, the chamtang that wood. Then we have to close because the Chinese would become. We didn't even understand. So if you heard a commotion somewhere, you got a heart. Oh, there must be something. Ever since I was 15. Okay, so that's always what happened in Jakarta, 78, 80, 81, almost every 2 or 3 years. They believe there was a cycle. But I don't believe in cycle. Cycle is a man-made. A cycle is natural made. But this one is a man-made. Why man-made? Because during Suharto time, every time there was a changing. Because five years of the presidential, then there would always be a reaction. The very easy is to attack the Chinese to paralyze the economy. And that's why we become, I said, you see, scapegoat. And that's always, because they say Chinese now dominated the business. I say, yes, dominating is a good word. What about monopolizing? It's a worse word, because the people need monopolize all jobs. Okay? They said dominating because we couldn't choose any other profession. I couldn't be even a village leader. Kepala, kampung, tak bisa. Okay, yeah. So there are only 2 bit. But that's why I become a teacher. Don't want to do business. I just prove no. Chinese doesn't have business plan. The same with other races, other human beings. But the condition that drove you into one profession only, win or lose. So I'm against the current. That's why I moved to Australia. I could learn. Could learn Magismo, could learn any other thing. Okay. Yeah. Then 2004 I went home. I still run a business, but remote controlling, because family to me was the most valuable property I have. I've been working 8 days a week, 24/7, 8 days a week. No holiday, work different kind of job. I work as a private tutor, I work as a photographer, I work as a salesman, I work, just to survive. Then, yeah, after I got some money and collected, then I migrated. Then I also took over colleges there in Australia. I became director of 2 colleges. 2004 I came home to my birthplace with my family one evening. Then I look at my birthplace. Okay, go on. This was before was a Chinese house, was the place where I was born. And I wanted to show to my children that was Daddy's house. And I look at everything, so dirty, messy. And I felt sad. And I said, okay, one evening I went to the temple. After the temple, because the temple is just on the right hand side there, going from here. I'm not so many. Usually the temple is over here. So after the temple praying, and I look at this one, I wanted to tell to my children that was where Daddy was born. And I was sad to see. Okay, because of the Chinese phobia, anything Chinese will become a target. So they pull down the house and they change it to these shop houses. Then I look at these, the biggest and the most beautiful building in that place. And that was it. Then I came home and I just say I was a bit, but I had a strange feeling when I looked at the house. I didn't know. I just said, why? Then went back to Australia. A week after, I woke up at 7 o'clock and I said, hey, it's too early. I'll go back to sleep. Then that 1 hour I slept. I dreamed and I said, this was my house, the current museum. And I said to my wife, and she just scolding me, you did too much sleeping. I said, no, it might be a moment. Because I felt there was a sort of connection with me. And I said, I like museum. All my family like museum. And being a teacher, I run school, I opened. Then I said, I want to build a museum. What for? And my wife, first I said, I bought the house. What for? I don't want to live there. The old house must be haunted. Is this house haunted? Is this house haunted? Okay. Yeah. Then I went back and I said, no, I'm going to build a museum. What museum? I said, Chinese museum. What I didn't have, I had to give. I had to help my people. That's why I want to come home. I want to come home. Then that's why I learned for 5 years the history of everything. I learned everything by myself until I become now resourceful for all. Then I tried to get information how much the house was for. Blah, blah, blah. They asked for. Extremely expensive. 5 years after, the house is still not sold. Then I went to the temple to find him. I said, I'm going to buy the house, not for living. I'm going to give it back to the people. I started my career from a tutor in a small garage, 6 students. Then I have something now. And so I wanted to give back to the people. Then 10 minutes, the deal. And when I came to the house, they got some ancestors, altar. Then I prayed to their ancestor. I said, I'm going to buy your house, but not to ask you to go away. Even you still can live here. Okay? I'm going to turn it into a museum. Deal 10 minutes. The house was mine. Okay. Yeah, then, well, before it was like this. It was a small, all very dilapidated, the walls, everything. So I prayed here to the ancestor. Not my ancestor, other people's. Well, I respect. So my father was, because my father was in the temple for 32 years. He didn't inherit me any money, no legacy. People in the village, they all know us because my father was a good example of on the street. Okay, and there's the stairs. Unfortunately, the lighting. You want a better one? Okay. See with your own naked eyes. That one is. Yeah, behind was toilet, blah blah blah. Okay. This one, let me make it faster. Am I too late? I don't need to be in my time. My time is not on here. Well, so one room cabin. So this is the house that I own. Yeah. I don't know whether you take the book. I forgot the book. Yeah, the book. I brought 5. Then I get to KL. I thought I still have 5 in my bag. I was wrong. I forgot the other 5. Okay, go on. Yeah, these all original cut and paste chairs. And yeah, all original inside. Okay. So small building, but quite yeah. Then I tried to gather all whatever missing, blah 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 blah. Okay. So this one like so then all the second floor, all in a very structurally good, but not condition of the house itself. So all this second floor. But the good thing with this, just made of bricks, and the timber is cheap wood. When you walk, I'm sorry, another look at this building. That's why I said to be very careful, because the beam is not my beam. The big one is 60 by 60, and the other one is 40 by 40. They're all cheap wood. And this one 3 cm, is only 2 cm. Okay, so very solidly built. And the bricks 35 cm and double brick. So no concrete, the brick, wood, and lime. Okay. This partition. Okay. Then I started everything with this. I'm not an architect, not a historian. But what should I do? But my dream, I want to travel with you. That's what I learned. Okay. Then I took up everything. Coincidentally, I represent universities. I represent 35 universities in the UK. So I've got contact with some conservationists. I learned that's why I got a friend like Johannes. I always ask from people when I don't know. Then first I tried to find the history. I tried to find the eldest people in the neighborhood. I found one 92 years old. I asked one question, he asked me 10 questions. He's absolutely 92 years old. Then he got under me or whatever, okay? Then I asked one question, who are you? I've been telling you who I am. No, I'm not useless. Then I went to the grave of the ancestor there. I purchased from the 7th generation. So that's why always the word say, you tak makan 7 generasi. Okay? First one built, second one developed, third one then mostly third one enjoyed, and the fourth one again finished. Okay, and then the 6th one paid the debt. Yeah. That's what they said. But okay, that's very hard indeed. Okay, because there is no fighting spirit in it. Okay, then I went. Sorry, then I went to Banten. I did research to last center Jawa. I went to Penang, then Malacca, Palembang, Cengho. I joined. Today, this time is my 30-something research to Malacca. Since I bought it. Every time I have time, that's why I just suddenly turn up. When I have a few days, I say, I'm going to Malacca. People say, are you not crazy? You've got a second wife here? Not my turn. No, I love the place. I can walk, without being, take it like a guest. I mean, visitor. Again, then I can buy my durian. But this time the durian is not season. Okay, then restoration. That's why I visit Cina Benteng also. Then Blue Mansion, I met the Vincent Law. Okay. Chinese Museum also. I saw one part of Chinese Museum, the whole building that was facing the
Blacksmith Street.
yes, that was the only part. The rest.
That was the third, which is.
Okay, that was. So now I tried to understand. You see, all the what is that? The Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay, good. Yeah, I think with my brother is
But you
is
got to be careful. You put new things in and call it Ming Dynasty.
No, I don't even. Ming Dynasty is too old. Because that.
I know.
Okay, don't please. Yeah, I'm a trail hop from Penang, Malacca. Sorry, I stole some of you artifacts. Because the thing in Malaysia, we've been, especially my place, we ran through some notorious riots. We've been through all the lootings. 42 when the Japanese occupation, all the Chinese had to evacuate, and all ransacked and looted. Even, the family altar, everything. 46, we were also accused, Chinese were accused of, lowering down the Indonesian flag and the prayers with the Dutch. There was a surrender. We didn't do that, but there was a Bumi Hamus. They call it the Scotch strategy from the militia. So we, the Chinese there, over 1,000 Chinese were killed. Okay? And then even the women were raped and men were forced to be circumcised. Not only the tip, the whole lot.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they were killed. Yeah. Even 4 times, 5 times. Oh, be careful. What is that? I'll not always joke about it. Okay, guys. Yeah. That's why I started. But I know in restoration we have to apply the principle. So my motto is maximum repairing, minimum replacing. Why? If I do not know the technology, I won't do it. Wait until somebody knows better. The one you destroy, you can't put it back. That's a very simple analogy. Okay, I better wait. Yeah, so then we try not to replace anything. I'm okay. Melissa, am I okay?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm still paying the same in my extended hours.
I-
Okay. You're surprised. Okay. You're not praying. You're not. Okay. The restoration, and that's why we clean everything. Okay, so that's we try to do. Yeah. So then we open all the partition. Okay. Good thing when they're all bamboo. Okay, very easy. 2 hours we remove. But the whole, concrete, we have to be very careful. So this, this bamboo wall in 2 hours. Okay. Anyaman, okay. We call bilik, we say bilik is room. So what do you call toilet? Indonesia is kamar kecil. They say kamar kecil. Toilet for us, Indonesia we call kamar kecil. What do you call bilik?
Kantor. I don't know, wait, that's pejabat, bukan kantor.
Yeah, they say, when you say pejabat, for us pejabat is official. You say pejabat is official.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Saya pejabat, we say pejabat, saya pejabat tinggi. Saya orang besar, ya, orang besar. When I say I'm orang besar, I try to brag here. Yeah, it sounds funny. You like soup?
Yeah.
You won't like our soup. Our best is sop buntut. You don't like it again. You say sop buntut. Yeah, the ekor is we say buntut. That's what for you buntut means. Well, the problem in Indonesia when they come here, they say, I don't have any headache. Because they say, pusing, no, pusing is headache. You say pusing is putar. So I never talk the word pusing in Indonesia. Immediately you jump out of the picture. You say pusing, I say headache. Okay, yeah, we remove this. Can you imagine 3.5 meters wall with no iron at all, just bricks. And been earthquake, but didn't even have a structural crack. So that was solid building. This is from the top. Yeah, bigger. So we have to remove all the car because we wanted to get the terracotta. Why terracotta? Then I also tried to search about terracotta. Apparently terracotta bricks, that was tile, were first made during late 14th century. When in China they built the Forbidden City. The emperor wanted floors to be red. Red is identical to happiness. But all floors were grey or black. So then the emperor wanted to be black. Then they made that terracotta. That was called gold tiles because it cost a lot of money to hot ceramic and bake for over 1,000 Celsius to have, to be able to last thousands of years. That's why the terracotta will last long. So I saw a lot of new terracottas. They are just ordinary clay. I don't think your camera enough weight for my boss. I mean, extended story again. That's already mine also stopped already. That's only 1 hour. We're talking 1 hour 40 minutes.
Still running.
Still running? Okay. Okay, go on. Yeah, so this one, we removed all the tiles. So we just wanted to revive the gate. It's a bit long. Then from the 2 room, we had to cover the patches here. So we took up from 2 rooms. At the same time, we wanted to do excavation. So we dig up 2 meters deep. We wanted to know what the foundation like, and expecting also to find some treasure. Yes, we found just bones. Some fragments of the ceramic, but we did find. Yeah, so we wanted to know how. So we fill up all the wall because this dilapidation because of the humidity, and plus they use this to sell salty fish. So the external exposure to salt. Okay, my house where I live also the same. So during the dry season, I sometimes leak, the dust because the wall will have salt. Okay. And during the rainy season, water leaking, water dripping, also salt. That's the power of salty fish. Now we remove any concrete or we remove any steel structure because original no steel, no. Yeah. Then we do we cover the patches here. This big beam, okay, and structural, okay, but aesthetically, because then that's why we have to put something else to strengthen. And that's why we put these iron truss, the iron beam, to hold this wooden structure. Then of course to expose like this is ugly. So this one. Then constantly we were over. We didn't look for these. We were over these, they call it late 19th century. Used to be the background of the Chinese opera in Jakarta. So we were over this one and I said, okay, then I used to suspend at the same time to decorate. So that's why we put this one. And okay, we cover this one. And through the kindness of the neighborhood, we were allowed to open a door at the back. So that's also where the wind flows again. Then we also clean the carving, not carving, but the relief. Yeah, cut and paste. So then first we wet and then we do some soaking. Using the shampoo. Okay. Then we steam from 60 degrees, and we were worried, we'll chop up, then 60, 70, and the highest was 80. To get it all the residue, the fume, because in the house with no air circulation, so all sticky. Okay. Then we rinse. That's the way we do it. And we put net layer by layer underneath, so any debris, even to the smaller, we have to be very careful. Okay, and then so that's why and my younger brother. Whenever I went with him to do my research, go into museum, I saved 50% now. I was charged as adult, and he was charged pensioner. He was actually 8 years, he was 10 years younger than me. Because his hair is white. So they don't ask how old are you. Okay, one pensioner, one adult. Okay. Yeah, he is an artist, so that's why he don't have any expertise, so he's the one who did the celebration with me at the one. Even he went up the roof, but I become very scared. So whenever I saw, it would be raining, then I would come down, otherwise it would be stuck like me. So he went up even to the top. Now there he is. Yeah. His body is big, and I was even scared, that now he wouldn't dare. He said, not anymore. Yeah, but I don't know, that time everybody was just doing crazily.
Oh, he knows how to cut the grass.
That's it, we didn't even know. You know how we did? We came together, we came here, we didn't see anybody doing. We went to Penang. And then the Penang guy, from friend to another friend, left, okay. Then took me at one evening, I thought, where this guy was driving us to a very remote area. Yeah. Apparently those Chinese workers who were overstaying, working for the temple at night. So we learned from them how to cut.
They always cut at night. Then the next day they will bring up.
I thought they were because they cut at night.
They don't waste time. So they like in Chinese, they work until 7. Then they go back, and then they have their meals, and then while they are resting,
that was the legal one. This one is the illegal one. They were overstaying. My friend told me that's why they were doing secretly there. But we learned how to cut from that.
Yes.
I should have known you earlier. Yeah, and that's why we just use whatever materials. I even got a problem with my custom when I brought 50 or 60 gold.
Oh, you got a break them.
That's all when I carried them. I told them this is for restoration. You must be dealing. I said, this one? Then I thought. And he said, yeah, I'm doing for restaurant. And I said, sorry. Just, because we're going to cut also. Of course, we lost some. When we cut, what size, but that one, But at least I give him a lesson. Yeah, so we found some external decoration of it. So we did this, my youngest brother, so we three of us. He's the one, the chairman of the temple there. There you go. So I bought this one. This one I bought from Malacca here. Mr. Chong, antique dealer, who has the bonsai nursery.
The one that
under the market. Not the market one. He has the bonsai and he supplied Rohan's.
Oh, your friend is Mr. Chong.
Mr. Chong, my friend. And I wanted to buy, he said, I wanted to cut. Cut? Yeah, I said, because I wouldn't stand by a cardboard, would never arrive. He said, you're not crazy. I said, yeah. If you say cut 3 times, then I sell it. He said, cut. He cut into 7 pieces. Because I could transfer with me, with my brother and my friend. So he's like a temple one. Yeah. Then we have to cut. Then when fire Singapore, then out to Indonesia. So 11 boxes. But then come home, not 7 pieces, 1,000 pieces. They're all fragile, very old. That was 22,000 pieces, 32,000 ringgit. But the age, to me, is the history. Because I couldn't find the 300-year-old to match the building. That's why we had to, okay, every single piece we put together. So that was before and after now. So that's a transformation. Now we put these Chinese, this one. Center. Center or center?
From left, from right to left.
Yeah, this is the professor teaching, achieving the future. We have to be good in the community and full of respect in the family. Yeah, that's the wise word. I don't even know. Somebody gave me before for my house, and I put that, and that is suitable. And I put also such a very Chinese character. I just asked what the meaning of the meaning is good, but apparently outside is a Taoism, Tao is wise word, and inside is the Confucius. Yeah, that was before and now. Again, now it's where. And this was, sorry, the quality of the teaching. As I said, don't worry, you can go to the original and okay. Yeah, so that was before and after. And we also tried to revive the culture like before was we call it Gabang Peranakan, a collaboration between Gabang Kromo and the Chinese region. Yeah. So I tried to revive also for culinary, the culinary critics in Indonesia. And we revive, we pick up the whole, what Peranakan things, okay? Yeah, we went. So, yeah, from different corners of before and after. And so we, along job, because I'm the curator, I'm the initiator for every A to Z. So that's why I started everything again, from the restoration project and this and that. So we developed along the way. So if you come to my museum today, you come again in 2 months' time, the story can also be different. So people always want to come. Because we always try to develop, we don't want people just, because if people come from museum only once, so that's why you have to make something again and make it people to come back. Yeah, but luckily people like to come back there. So that's why I want to hear a different story. So we expose different part. Okay, but yeah, then I got well supported by some historians and all of people. So that was before 2010. There was, so that was in a year time. Actually, the whole process was 2 years. Actually, I was a bit rushing because I wanted to submit it to UNESCO. And that's why we have to use it before. A year.
1 year.
1 year. And that's why we used 1 year. Actually, the restoration was going. Was not cheating them. It's been used.
Yes.
That's why. Parallelly. Externally, we still restoring, but internally we use. So then it's really, yeah, so that was before and after. We were located in a wet market. I wanted to inaugurate at 11 past 11 on the 11 month 2011. 11/11/2011 at the beginning, but not 11 past 11. The market was still on. Couldn't do it. So what I could do only 20 past 11 on the 11/11/2011. Not bad, right? Easy to memory. That's why after the market was over, quickly we clean and we cover with plastic and put a red carpet. So that evening, everybody was surprised to see. That's what I did also with the street party. But that one is in the better area, in the market there. Okay. But then, it's international, Indonesia, we call it the Indonesian Heritage Society. I belong, give also speaking. Yeah, then I introduced back this bamboo because I said before that 1950s, Tangerang was exported. Then I pick up the history. Then I use this as a symbol also to introduce back. So you have to pick up what in the past. So that's why they all, and all of people are also now become the resources for all the students doing research. Okay. And also the tourists, my network, all from Travel Bureau, everything. Okay. And the Jumbo. Look at that. Actually, I managed to buy 2/3 of the whole building.
Yeah, so how they wanted.
Okay. I can't use my money to buy, but I learned when my father was asked to drive, to move out. I don't know. What I don't want to teach. Okay, I felt how my father was asked to go out. I don't want to do it until they want to sell it. I'm the first.
Oh, they're still staying there.
Okay, 3 children, the last one, inherited to the family. So the 2 they sold, but the one, they wanted to sell, but they said I've got 10 children, so I want 10 houses. I say, if the value there, I don't mind. But it is too much, I say, I'll wait until you sell at a proper price. So I'm just putting myself as the first buyer. I don't want even, just say, okay, I give you this money, out. No. Okay, because I also told, I believe just in the destiny that is flowing naturally. Okay. So that's my 5-year ambition is to have these 3 art united. My 10 years ambition is that these 5 houses. Because this one is a 2-story and exactly the same. I've been talking to the family of this rich family. I told them, we want to sell, fine. But I better tell you, because this carries your family legacy. There's a Sim family. Why don't you make it as your family legacy? I bought this one, I established a foundation. Ownership is still in my name. But running everything is a foundation. Okay? Because if I give this to the foundation, the government will confiscate if there's something with the foundation. Okay? But with my ownership, then I just make the will to my children. You can never sell this building unless you cannot eat any other things. Because we are private. We don't earn even a single cent from the government. Okay? And that's why I'm crazy. So this one is my 5-year project. This one is my 10-year project. Yeah, Kai City we were awarded as the first Chinese museum in Indonesia. And we want it to be even, the Udaya Indonesia. We don't want to be associated with Chinese. We are Indonesian, Chinese. The same like you are Malaysian Chinese. You can't just think that when you're Chinese. To me, being a Peranakan doesn't have to be in your blood, in your culture. I'm the third generation Chinese. My grandparents from Malacca. I know I can tell you that. No one mixed married. But I feel myself as Peranakan. Because I'm married to culture. I've been also to my home, my father's hometown, again in China, and I don't feel at home. And that's what I say, that's my joy. I talk, in the Peranakan conference. Because I remember in one thing, when it was in Benteng, even though I'm a Chinese, my wife is Peranakan. And that's important for that. I asked, how do you what about your children? So what is the default Peranakan? You eating with your hand, and then Chinese telling the spoon. What about your children? One spoon, one hand? No, because why? Culture. I said that because we're used to spicy food, used to that. Even like you, for example, you are Caucasian, for example, whatever. Then you got a French. Yeah, you're French, okay? Then you go back there, okay, to France, for example, and you've been living here, you find the food. Once I stayed in Lafayette, Montabola, somewhere in a very remote area, okay? I drove from Paris, I think, quite a few hours of border, where I found only a few people living, one baker, okay, in the village, say, in France. But like you've been living here, exposed to the culture. The same with, I think one Claudine Salmon, Professor Claudine Salmon, she's a good friend of mine. We in China always say we are banana, but Claudine Salmon, I'm an egg, outside white, inside yellow. She's more Chinese than those of them Chinese. Okay, she likes to come to Indonesia. Also, you know her.
She likes Malacca too.
Yeah, and that's why. So that's what I mean. Culture doesn't have to be in your blood. Culture is where you expose yourself. I mean, sorry. The culture in your blood is because you expose yourself to the culture. Not to be because of mixed marriage. Okay? Yeah, so that's my theory. Because if you say you must have mixed marriage with the local to be called Peranakan. And what culture do they bring? A lot of Indonesian housemates working in Taiwan, they married the Taiwanese. Okay? So what culture? They don't have that culture. Yeah. So they follow whatever. So that's what I mean is that Peranakan is that what you blend your culture into the local. You eat laksa in which part of France do you want?
Exactly, France.
The French, but in which part of France?
Oh,
Center, so near Paris. Yeah. So, okay, so that's what I mean. How do you find food there? 2 miles. Good?
it's good and mild.
Yeah, mild. Okay. But here, too hot.
It's good and hot.
Yeah. But because you expose yourself to Asia, then you can compromise. But a lot of people, okay, can't compromise because they don't expose to the culture. So that's why mixed culture makes the world smaller. Culture links the world. Okay? Yeah. Now we were awarded also for the tourism as the cultural destination in Indonesia 2012. Yes, please. And I didn't expect this sort of thing happen. I didn't mean to enter into any competition. But apparently, from the Oscar real estate, we got award at the winner, the best restoration we did. And the second best was Bank Indonesia, which was a huge building. Okay. I prepared the documentation to launch to UNESCO, not to win. I want the UNESCO knows that one heritage in Tangerang, only that. Then 2013 I was invited to Taiwan because apparently our entry won also the second with Asia Pacific for the restoration. And the mayor of Taichung was mistaken. He thought I was the delegate from the Indonesian real estate. I get my business card, look at me up and down, and I was no, nothing. Well, I can't believe it, my wife. Look at me, so posh. Red carpet, oh, you suddenly welcome me. And then, so where's your group? You know, behind you 50 people, okay? All real estate people. I was early because we didn't know the place, we don't want to get lost. So I was with my wife. So we got this conservation award as a president in 2013, and then then this year we were awarded award for the museum's community. This is my friend, the presenter. You remember that is Nyonya. Okay, can you flashback? He also came and he was making a speech. Okay, this one. Do you remember him? Yeah. So he was not it was organized by an independent body. So we won from four awards. We went into finalists of the four, and we won 2. One is Smart Museum, because apparently we brought in some educational factor, and the other one is Fun Museum, because we also revived the culinary, so they could also have some, like this month we have the onde-onde, the tangche. So we did workshop there, we did making bacang. Okay, so that's the way we do. Yeah. Okay. That was it. So that's all review.